Last week, I did a list of 4 strategies that you can use to improve your chances of getting selected in the new H1B wage-based selection process that has been introduced in 2026. Now, I got some comments asking for more information, more tips, etc. for this process. And I understand the anxiety. It's a new process, not a lot of information is available. So today in this video, I want to cover a short but serious list of resources that you will need to use if you want to play this game more intelligently. So save this list of resources and let me get into it on the other side of the intro. Keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Nistha from Scholar Strategy and 24 North Star. I know that 2026 is going to be the trickiest year for Indians who aspire to study abroad or Indians who are already pursuing their education abroad. And this is why I've made a private, close-knit, exclusive community for masters and PhD aspirants who are applying not just to US but all other countries, where we have a lot of discussions around what makes more sense, where to apply, we do monthly calls, etc. I have kept the pricing low so that more people can benefit from it. I'm leaving the link in the description box below. If this is relevant to you, then do consider joining. But now let me get back to a list of 6 resources that I want you guys to bookmark, because they can help you play this H1B system in 2026 more effectively, and you can be more prepared so that your chances of getting selected in this process goes higher. And here's the first resource. Okay, so the first resource I want to use is the official DOL data website. This is basically the US Department of Labor's official wage database. It shows you prevailing wage levels. How you're going to use it is you are going to look up level 1, 2, 3, and 4 wage thresholds and compare the same role across different cities to see how the wage thresholds vary. And then you can understand, if you have a job offer in hand, that where is it likely going to fall at which wage level. So for example, let's say you have an offer for $125,000 for role X in city C. Check if that is level 2 or level 3. And alternately, you can also look at if that role has different wage thresholds in a different city where the employer might be open to giving you an offer as well. For example, Microsoft pays lower salary in Seattle but higher salary in New York City. So this you are going to use as you are interviewing and also as you are negotiating your salary for this new job offer. So very, very important resource. Second resource I would use is real H1B salary and employer data. Here are 2 websites you can use. First is sponsorstats.com and other is h1bgrader.com. By the way, we will be linking it in the description box below. Now, these websites show you what salaries companies are actually filing, not what they claim on LinkedIn, okay? So let's see how you can use sponsor stats. You can search for a company name, and then you can look at what is the average H1B salary they offer, how many filings have they made previously, what are the typical wage levels that they offer. This will help you identify if the company mostly files level 1 or 2 petitions, or they have regularly been filing for level 3 or 4, which is a good sign for us. Now, for example, here I searched for Replit, the company Replit on Sponsor Stats. As you can see, they filed for business operations manager role in Foster City with a salary of $133,000. Now, if I go back on the Department of Labor website to check the related wage levels in this location, which is San Mateo County, by the way, I can see that $133,000 salary corresponds to a level 3 wage. Also, if you can see, they have filed for AI front-end engineers at 200,000 salaries, which are easily level 3 plus wages. So this gives us a good confidence in Replit. If you have an offer from them or if you're interviewing with them, you can likely go in the higher wage threshold in the lottery. Similarly, how would I use H1B Grader website? It's a very, I really like this website. I've been using it a lot. It shows you real H1B salary ranges. It shows you H1B petitions by job titles across companies and locations. So if you use it smartly, it can give you good insights. For example, I look at the H1B filings by Google, and it shows that Google filed the most number of LCAs were at level 2, that were 4,300 plus. They filed 4,300 plus petitions at level 2, 2,200 plus at level 3, and some at level 4. Similarly, Microsoft filed 3,600 plus petitions at level 3 and level 2 each. So that is where majority of their filings are going. But now look at Apple, okay, and see how they file most at level 4. They have filed 2,400 plus LCAs at level 4, then 1,100 at level 3, 500 at level 2. So this is pretty awesome, right? I mean, Apple is filing at higher wage levels. They are more selective. Overall number of petitions is lower, but they do file at higher. So I mean, Apple would be a company on my radar, obviously. Then there is Uber, which is obviously smaller number of petitions, but they have been filing at level 3 and 4, also 250 petitions plus. Now let's look at Wipro data just to give us a context of Indian companies here. You see they filed maximum 1900 LCAs at level 1 and only 3 at level 4. So Wipro is filing mostly at level 1. Obviously, we don't want to target those kind of companies. Now, this tool alone, I think, can save you 2 to 3 wasted years. Third resource I would use is the alternate job titles and SOC codes. This is the ONET website, a very underrated website, but people have started finding out about it now. So onetonline.org, what is it? It's basically US government's occupational classification system. So if you search for your role and then click on related occupations, what it will show you is what are alternate job families around the same category. So if you look at H1B petitions, not everything is software engineer. Some might be just software developer, some might be computer programmer or whatever. So this shows you that for the same job role kind of thing, there are so many different titles which are possible. Now here is where it gets interesting. These different titles have different wage levels. How you can play the game is maybe you can look at if a company is giving you offer of $125,000 for software engineer role, but if that salary threshold is not meeting the level 3 criteria in your location, maybe you can look at the alternate roles and you see that computer programmer or software architect is showing you level 3 wage threshold, then that is where you want to file. So you can request the company to mention a job title in your job offer, which puts you closer to a higher wage threshold to help you in this new H1B based system. Because as we know, level 4, level 3, these are going to get picked. Only if there are places left, then only they will look at level 1 applicant. So at any cost, you want to avoid filing your H1B petition at level 1. So use this related occupation, see what title will help you get to level 3. Level 2 or level 4 kind of thing. Fourth set of resources you should have in your bookmark is the immigration rules and policy reality resources. And here, of course, there is the USCIS official website, but then there are also content websites by trusted law firms, and they do analysis as well as blogs. For example, we have Fragomen, we have Murthy.com, we have Ogletree, and there could be more also, but here are some of them. What these websites give you is what is the official rule update, right? How is it going to be implemented and what is its legal interpretation? Now, for example, when the news came out about the H1B $100,000 fee, there was so much speculation and people were putting all sort of content out there. It created a lot of panic and anxiety. But what you want to look at is what is the official announcement and look at the legal firm's interpretation, because they will tell you how it is going to impact the immigrants. So I find these to be much more reliable than YouTube videos, which can create rage bait content, which put headlines which are anxiety inducing. So instead, you want to look into these legal blogs to really see what is the final rule, what is the effective date, and does it even impact you? So yes, so keep checking these blogs to stay more up to date on the policies, immigration rules, documentations, etc. that you need to maintain. Fifth resource is job portals with H1B signals. The point is you don't want to keep blindly looking for jobs. You want to look for jobs in those companies which are going to be willing to sponsor a H1B. And here there are some portals like myvisajobs.com, which specifically list down job openings by companies that have sponsored H1B in the past. So how I would use it is search the company name, check their sponsorship history, volume of filings, etc., and then look for jobs in these kind of companies. Other websites that I like are jobright.com. It also has a tick box for like, likely to sponsor a H1B or not. And also dice.com has a H1B filter. And if you're using like Simply Hired, LinkedIn, etc., do search for H1B or visa sponsorship, etc., when you're searching for jobs. Sixth resource I would use is salary benchmarking, and this is a pretty critical step. Here you can use levels.fyi and glassdoor.com or any such website which lists down historical salaries for this kind of role and this kind of company. That again gives you a good idea of whether that matches the level 3-4 thresholds in your target job role or not. Otherwise, stop wasting your time on companies which are paying only level 1 wages. So the point is, the new H1B system does not reward blind optimism. It rewards strategy. And as I said, it's no longer a lottery. It's no longer random. So you can do certain things to improve your odds. Don't rely on your employer alone, especially if it's a small company. They don't really know. They may not have filed a lot of H1Bs in the past. They don't really know how to game this system. Plus, this process is very new. They are not going to bat for you. You have to push your case, and if you can do your homework and tell them strategies using which your chances of getting into the system goes higher, they will be happy to follow your advice. So do your homework and make your own cases is my advice. I hope this list was helpful. Let me know in the comments what else would you like me to post, and I will see you guys next time with a fresh new video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.